Hey YouTube, what we're gonna do today, oh sorry, hey YouTube, welcome to Winter Ride Bikes. I'm Robert. What we're gonna do on the $40 bike is remove this shifter because this is the side that I don't need, and this is the side that I gotta get a piece, you know, the rapid fire, and I'm looking for one. And hey, anybody wants to send me one, I'll take it. You could donate it to my $40 bike. And we have to take the locking or be a hand grip off. And then I got to loosen that up first. So we're going to use our toe peak right here. It's the light DX one I got because it was small and compatible for me. First we got to make sure we're going the right way. And this will mark up your handlebars. All you got to do is wipe it back off. It'll come off. And we're going to take off this handle grip right here. And I don't got the right millimeter. How about that? Now that I got the right one, I could take this off. Hey, how about that? This comes off. I got these from a friend. My bore ends didn't come in, so they just go like that. So now, see, in hindsight, this can come off. This is the brakes and the gear changer. Most of these budget bikes, you know, it's an iron horse. So I got it for 40 bucks. So I call it my budget. They have the brake lever built in with the shifter. You know, it kind of sucks because you can't change the brake lever. You got to change the whole thing. And mind you, I got bikes everywhere because it's just what I do. One thing that I'm fighting with, when this is all the way in, you cannot pull this out easy. You got to have another piece of tool to push this out. That's the only thing I got wrong with this toe peak so far. I always got to use a different piece to push it through. I'm going to release the cable. Take that off because then I got to do this. This is the actual piece. The derailleur. Now one thing is, I got to find a quick release to get this chain off, to take the derailleur off. So now I got to find my gloves to get this off. Key thing about when you take this derailleur off, if you have the cable zip tied, don't cut the zip ties till you have this off. That way nothing's hanging and you can control this a little better by getting the chain off. Once you do this, do not cut the zip ties. Wait to do that, because then this will hang. You know, I don't even got the bolt. See, you can't even turn it yet. I just loosened it so I can get the cable out, and then I gotta pop the chain off, and then that way everything is still staying put. Remember, this is just the front brake of the Zoom brakes I'm putting on. I need that shifter. And like I said, hey, if you want to send me one, please do. I could use it. Hey, so I go to take this off. I'm popping my chain. And I hear this piece fall. From me moving the chain and all that. the derailleur broke. So maybe that was why my chain kept popping off on the front in the first place. This was bent. And I guess it was faulty because this piece came right off. Alright, so I'm getting this bolt out, back it out, and there it is. Just gotta fish his cable down, and there it is. And then this has a cut on it, and that's all I do. Now see, that's why I said you don't have to. Let me adjust the camera. See, is that a good angle? That's why I said you don't have to worry about getting them zip ties cut, because now your cable's going to stay up there. And what I noticed, I wrapped this, so I got to pull my inner tube stuff off so I could get the rear I got to do this. I don't have to take the inner tube off. I was thinking about the rear brake. No, this is just a front one, and then the front brake goes down the front. It's a mechanical brake lever system, so that's why I got the Zoom to upgrade the $40 bike. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, this is the mechanical disc brake. This lever pulls up the cable, and it uses the brake. Well, mine's pretty frayed, so I ain't worried about losing that cable. But I will say, take off the pieces here, because if that mount don't add up, I can use the mount that's already there. So I'm just going to take the brake off, if I can get it off. Okay, so that's lefty loosey, righty tighty. I went the wrong way. There we go. Backing it out. Just loosen. We're just loosening this. If I can get in there. Here we go. Got it in there. Got it seated. That way you don't strip the bolt out. There you go. Got that loosened up. I'm just going to back that out because I see some spacers there. So I want to make sure I got that spacer in the right area. Oh, maybe it's just a washer. There we go. Look at that. Now, mind you, push them bolts back so that washer don't come back out. Now, we can take off the zip ties. So you get this cable off right here, and then we're going to release the cable on the front part. Now we're going to just snip these cables. If I can get it, because I got it on there super tight. Here's one. Here's two, and we're just going to fish this cable out of the way. That's one. How am I going? Well, I gotta take the cable off of the disc brake because it doesn't go through the opening of the handlebars. This is what I gotta take off right here. I lost the washers already, but not worried about that. And of course, it's a different millimeter. How about that? It just seems like I never grabbed the right tools. Got the right tool, backing this out. I gotta back this out quite a few because that wire's frayed. Crap, don't even know if I can get to it. Yeah, maybe I gotta back that bolt all the way out, all together. Look at that, that thing is wedged in there. Oh, there's the brake. And there's the whole assembly. Alright, so I got that brake in there already. And I'm matching up this caliper. And it looks like it's going to be really small. So I'm going to take these off and see if I could use the one that's already on there. Just because they got to match up. And that's what I said about matching stuff up. You got to have the correct stuff to match up. And just like the tools, you got to have the right tools to match up. I apparently keep grabbing the wrong ones. And mind you, try not to hit that lever because as long as you got that brake chuck in, you ain't going to get the pads all smashed together. So now I'm going to take that off, push it in there, and see that? Look, that's already matched up. So now what I got to do is see, the thing is, that washer I took off was underneath. So I'm going to use a washer underneath as I put that back on. I got a washer on top and a washer underneath. So we're going to try that to see if the shoe actually matches. Now mind you, we're just going to fish this in a little bit. We're not going to seat it. We're just doing it to get the setting right. Your best bet is to seat it when you have the bolts in and you hit the brake lever. Because then you actually get it seated to where it needs to be. Once you get that, we're going to see that that brake is matching up when I do that. So we're going to tighten this down a little bit more. Just a little bit. I want to move that up. Now I got to hit the brake. Right there, see that? Hit the brake. Let me put the brake where it's going to be. Right there. We're going to rock it. It's loose. Let it loose again. Let it rock. Lock it up. See where it falls. Get it like that so it's straight and equal. Then you want to lock it up and cinch it. We're going to cinch this bad boy up. Mind you, I got my hand up there on the lever as I do this. So see how I did that? I left that washer theory the way they had it. And now I got that front brake up there. Pretty good. And there we got it. Now all I gotta do is do the handbrake. Now mind you, I got a little thing. These are old bomber forks. And let me get that camera right. I don't like how this looks right here, so I'm going to put a zip tie right there. And I got it right like that. So we're going to show you how we do the handbrake now. First, I'm going to get my hand grip to where I want it. I'm just going to tighten it to where I want it. Make sure it's equal with the end of the bar. Hand tighten it because my tool's over here. And I'm going to show you this. See, with these bigger ones I can get it at. These little small suckers, whew, can't get it at. Now remember, you don't want to death grip this because you'll strip that little thread out on the handle grip. We're tight. I like to leave my brakes about right there. And I did notice my brakes are backwards. This zoom should be over here. That could be why this, see when it's like this, my brake don't go all the way down. But when it's like this, it goes about the same. Doesn't matter if it's upside down. I don't know. You can't do the fluid that way. Okay, so we're going to do the part 2 later because I got to fix this. And we're going to do a part 2 when I get the rest of this stuff. See? I can't pull that out. So I got to do this. I'm going to just tighten these up. And it's the wrong one. I'm just going to leave it like this loose because it's got to get flipped. We're going to try to do this real quick. I got the boot off. So I'm going to try to take this off real quick and get the right brake in there without spilling any fluid. We're going to try it. I mean, I got some fluid, but I'm trying not to bleed brakes right now. We'll put that like right there. Hopefully it don't fall, or it's gonna fall. We're gonna put it right there. We're gonna do the same thing with the other brake. Got to figure out how I can do that without getting the oil everywhere, because that's just my luck. Unprepared. Wow, they got that sucker in there. I'm working on the rear brake now to switch the handles around. That's one thing I didn't realize. That I was more worried about the length of the hose. Wasn't worried about how it was even fitting on the brake. If I can get that up. Wow. That was tough. Now I gotta push that back in. I don't know how, but we're gonna get it there. Alright, so I got the rear one I'm doing. All I did was take the rear one. Alright folks, we got it flipped. I didn't want to do the video because people have probably seen these flip how many times. Got it bolted on and the sucker stops. So it does this right like this. I go right to there. A little play right there and it, you know. But I guess I got to get them embedded in. But like I said, look how clean this looks compared to that. The whole thing is pretty much cleaned up down there now. I don't got all that stuff down there. The cockpit is looking pretty good until I get that shifter. And you know, that'll be part 2. Okay, so I ran out of black zip ties, so I saved these ones that I busted off. I don't want to make it like super tight, but I don't want to make it, you know, where it's going to get caught in the spokes. So I got to put 2 of these together because I don't have, I just want to put something there to make it tight, so it can slide. Nothing real tight. You see, because then I need, you know, I could put that right here. I might do that because it don't move. I think my zip tie's messed up. There we go. It's just going to keep pushing up all the time. So until I get my load of zip ties, I'm just going to use these second-hand ones I kept. And then I got to get a little zip tie to put there. Thinking about putting a zip tie up here. So I'll be back to put that zip tie. It's got to go right there. Now I can fish this through. Get that zip tie on. I got a little one, you know. I don't need a big one back up on there. Got a little baby one. Used to be a stopper on there so it don't slide down. And that's how we do that. Make sure I don't have no excess. See, I use these wire clippers. They have a beveled end, so I try to use this side so I get a close cut. So there's no straight edge hanging out the end of the zip tie. Well, there you have it. That is part 1 of my Zoom brake install. I can only do the front brake because I don't have a rapid fire for the back 9-speed. So I'm trying to get one, looking around locally so I can pick it up and get it on there quick. But I can find them on the internet, and I want to make sure I'm getting the right one. So hey, you know, if you got one out there, you can always send it to me. I take freebie stuff. There's no pride there. If it works, hey, why not use it? Second-hand parts sometimes come through on a clutch. My bike was secondhand. It cost me 40 bucks. I only put 80 into it. So I'm 40 up on that. Well, 40 under on that. So right now I got 80 bucks on this bike. Compared to my $600 hardtail Cannondale, the 29-inch. I like that bike, but I use this Iron Horse the most. Because it's so easy. I call it my budget enduro. It's an Iron Horse Desperado. It doesn't have much travel in the rear, but it got bomber forks. Bomber forks I can rebuild. They're the junior T's. On my Intense M1, I got the Monster T bombers. These are the juniors, and I can rebuild them, and they'll be nice. They might not be the top of the line anymore, but they serve the purpose of the bike. They don't have a lot of travel in the rear. But if you know how to ride bikes, you can manage that if you land the right way. Doesn't matter how much travel you have. If you land it the right way, it's comfortable. All you'll probably get is neck slap. So hey, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up if you like my videos. Hit subscribe. And thank you all. Thank every one of my subscribers. I appreciate it. I hope to grow, but it is what it is. If I grow, I grow. If I don't, if I stay put, then I'm happy with the subscribers I got. And I appreciate every one of you. So remember, get on your bike, send it, ride it out.